Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Mohammad Zrar from BS Chemistry. Today my presentation topic is hair dye. First of all, we categorize this topic into different terms. Like we will see its introduction, its history, its different types, its mechanism, natural occurring colorants, and its adverse effect. Now we start our discussion with the introduction of hair dye. First of all, hair dye or hair curling is the practice of changing the hair color. It means that if we want to change the color of our hair, we will use some artificially designed chemical which are responsible for it. For example, if we want to change hair color from white to brown or brown to black, it depends on our choice, and we will use some specially designed chemical in hair dye. So next is history. In 1909, a French chemist named Eugene Schuller was the first person who described the chemical in hair dye using paraphenyl diamine PPD. No, we learn about hair and natural hair color. The structure of hair is that it consists of three main proteins, and the one is keratin protein, which is also found in our skin and fingernails, and the other two proteins are eumelanin and pheomelanin. The function of these proteins are eumelanin is the responsible for brown to black hair shades, while pheomelanin is responsible for golden blonde, ginger, and red color. And these are the naturally two proteins exist in our hairs. If we have a lack of these proteins, our hair will be white or gray other than black. So these are the essential and very important proteins for naturally hairs to look like black. Next, the picture of hair is that it consists of two pigments, pheomelanin and eumelanin, and the structure formulas of these two pigments are also shown in figure. So the picture of hair also consists of three layers: outer root sheath, inner root sheath, and the hair shaft, and it consists of three main cells, and the name of these cells are melanocyte cells, matrix stem cells, and the third is dermal papilla. So this is the picture and pigments and the other component that have hair in it. The next is natural hair colorants. Natural hair colorants, before the inventions of uh, chemicals in hair dye, people use some naturally occurring substances or colorants which are henna black, walnut shells, and other contain natural bleaching agents like vinegar. These are naturally pigments, but they are not very effective because they have least time to stay in our hairs and early vanish. So they are not comparable to the modern chemicals. Here the types of hair dye, there are four types of hair dye: permanent hair dye, demi-permanent hair dye, semi-permanent hair dye, and four and last is temporary hair dye. Permanent hair dye. Before permanent hair dye, we will see that there are three layers of hair. The outermost layer is called cuticle, the mid layer is called cortex, and the third and inner layer is called medulla. Now in permanent hair dye, in order to deposit permanent hair dye, the outer layer of hair shaft means cuticle must be opened. Once the cuticle is opened, the dye react with the inner portion of hair cortex to deposit or remove the color. Means first of all, cuticle must be opened if when we paint or paste a permanent hair dye. And the second step is the cortex, which have an pre-existing color, it will remove and a new color will be pasted. The chemical in permanent hair dye that are used in it are ammonia and peroxide. Ammonia basically it is a catalyst used in peroxides, and the function of peroxide is that it is used as a developer or oxidizing agent. The developer removes pre-existing color, means it will remove the pre-existing color and paste a new color which give us a new look. And the other function of peroxide is that it breaks the chemical bond in hair, releasing sulfur, which accounts for the characteristic odor of hair. As the melanin is decolorized, a new permanent color is bonded to the hair cortex. The other materials that are used are conditioners, also. So the next type is demi-permanent hair dye. Demi-permanent hair dye are those which contains an alkyl agent other than ammonia, like ethanol amine, sodium carbonate, and always employed with a developer mean oxidizing agent. The concentration of hydrogen peroxide is that developer may be lower than the other, means they have a low amount of peroxide and ammonia. So these, they have some impurity in them, so they have a least, they have a less than a time to stay in our hairs than permanent hair dye. The next type is semi-permanent hair dye. In semi-permanent hair dye may deposit acidic dye, means they are acidic on the hair shaft or may consist of small pigment molecules that can slip inside the hair shaft using a small amount of peroxide, means they contain small amount of peroxide and ammonia. If they have ammonia, then they have a very negligible amount, so they are they also not very efficient than permanent hair dye. The next type is temporary hair dye. By the word of temporary, it means that they are temporary. The definition of these hair dye is, this dye is available in various forms including shampoos, gel and sprays and foams. In our daily life we use some gels for when we go in our any functions for small time, and they are removed with a single shampoo, and this is the disadvantage of this. The next is the mechanism of hair dye. In the first step shows that oxidation of p-phenyldiamine to the quinodiamine, means that here oxidation will be occur to hydrogen element react with oxygen to form a water molecule, and the product remain is called quinodiamine. In the next step, the attack of this quinodiamine on the coupler. This reaction is electrophilic aromatic substitution, means that uh, uh, one quinodiamine react with another to form a coupler. This is electrophilic aromatic substitution, means an electrophilic will attack on it and the combined molecule will be formed. In the third and last step, the quinodiamine coupler which made in the last step reaction with oxidizes to the final hair dye. Here the quinodiamine coupler goes to the oxidation, and the final product is formed that is shown at the right side of the reaction. It was believed that the dye forms in the above reaction bonds to hair permanently because it produces a larger dye molecule which is locked inside the hair, means that this product will remain in our on our hairs, and we will see our hairs as a different look whatever we want. So everything which has a positive effect, it also has a negative effect. So the adverse effect of hair dyeing is that it results as a temporary skin irritation or allergy, hair breakage, or skin discoloration. So this is the uh, topic of hair dye. Thank you.